Hello and welcome, I'm MVP, and as you can see, it's the end of the season. Now, instantly, you might be able to tell that we didn't win the league, just by the virtue that I've not shown you any more games. I think the season's gone on long enough with our foray into the Champions League, and we were, in the end, some way off Ajax. Going through this review, we'll look at the transfers that we made, where I think we could have done better, and possibly some errors in judgment. Although, I am the world's best manager, and I need you to remember that. I want to say we came close. I'm not sure we did. But for now, let's have a look at the transfers. Signing of the season goes to Berat Diamitri, and I couldn't agree more. This guy was so solid at the back. 29 years old, came from Atalanta for £4.3 million. Played 34 games for us over the season, 2 goals, averaged a 7.28. Head and shoulders above anybody else who came in this season, so that tells you how good he was. Gets a B+ on the transfer reaction. And yeah, he's one of our best players, but specifically at centre-back, he definitely was a key player for us, and very happy to have him. Still only 29 now, so we'll get a good few seasons out of him yet. So yeah, a great signing for not a lot of money, but he was definitely, for me, signing of the season. Just consistently good. I mean, what's his leadership these days? 11? So probably not, captain material, but I do see him in that kind of vein. Big, strong defender. We really needed one, and we're lucky we got one. Going down the list, we had Mwene, who came in for no money. Oh, sorry, yeah, wait. Sorry? What? Hey? On a free. Right, that makes more sense. So yeah, Mwene came in on a free. Played quite a lot of games in the end. 24 starts and 8 substitutes. I think with the, we had a lot of right backs. So to be fair, that's actually quite a lot of games. But luckily, they were all quite versatile, playing on the left and the right. So Mwene definitely helped. Decent player, 4 assists, 2 goals. Glad to have him. Davy Proper, I probably expected a little bit more for, but then again, looking at it, he scored 8 goals and 4 assists in a lot of games. 34 starts with 14 substitute appearances. Yet again, another £4.3 million. Obviously, this one wasn't done by me, but done by the club before I signed. So I think he's a good midfielder. I do. I think he's very solid, very consistent, and he definitely upped his game after the injury to our captain, Marco van Ginkel. Felix Agu was one I signed for £675,000, which is pocket change to a club like this. So for a 22-year-old, promising right back and left back and wing back, I think that's a really good signing. He's got potential to improve, and he had a decent first season with us, averaged over a 7. So I don't think we can argue with Felix Agu at all. Joe Drommel, he played pretty much every game in net for us aside from when he was injured. Averaged a 7, but I don't know, man. I just don't think he's good enough. 32 appearances, conceded 31 goals, 11 clean sheets. It's definitely our weakest position now, and I can show you in the breakdown of the league why that is. So we'll hold on to that. But Joe Drommel, he did an okay job. I'm definitely looking for a new and better goalkeeper next season. Carlos Vinicius, I was happy to have him for nothing. Scored 9 goals in 24 appearances, 14 off the bench. Very good player. I don't think we'll be signing him on loan again next season. He was okay. He's all right. He stuck around, made some goals, made some things happen, and now he's back off to Benfica. Todd Cantwell, who we signed for £3.6 million from Norwich. 19 starts, 13 subs, 8 goals, 3 assists, averaging less than a 7. I'd say he's the disappointment of the season for me. I expected a lot more from Todd Cantwell, and maybe he can show it. Maybe he's just adjusting to the league. He had some injuries, so we'll see with that. Andre Ronaldo, it's a hard one. He's 30 years old. He played a lot of games for us at centre-back. definitely nowhere near as good as Gmhd. And I think that's where we're at. He's a good option to have, but we need better options at centre-back. And I think, like I said before, goalkeeper and centre-back are going to be where we're going to really look to improve this season. So I really doubt that Ronaldo is going to play anywhere near this amount of football next season. Probably for the best. Facundo Torres came in. I mean, I know it says he only got 6.85. He played 32 games for us. 6 goals, 5 assists. I quite like him. I mean, I always have a thing for Uruguayans because, you know, my favourite footballer is Diego Forlan. So I probably am being misled by my own bias here, but I like the dude and I think he's a good player. So I don't care. Pretty much that's what I'm going with. So yeah, that was all the transfers in, transfers out. Bruma, I mean, yeah, what it was. Sold him £3.5 million. He's having a lovely time at Brugge in the Portuguese league. So good luck to him, really. Although he was a good player, definitely had to go. He wanted to go, he had to go. Obispo, and then obviously we had Vescagli as well leaving. Vescagli was the annoying one because I tried to offer him a contract. He wouldn't even talk to us. And there were clubs coming in for him, so I couldn't sell him for nothing. So I had to cash him in quick. And it may have really affected us near the end of the season as well, as we weren't able to replace him. And we definitely fell short of depth at centre-back. That's for sure. I don't think there's anybody else here worth talking about, really. So we'll go to the season results. As you can see here, we finished second in the league, qualifying for the Champions League on 86 points. Ajax finished on 94 points from 34 games, only dropping 7 points all season. 2 losses, one against Utrecht and 20, and a draw against Feyenoord, who finished third, only 5 points behind us. But you can see this clear division in the league. The top 3 teams were so far away from the rest of the pack. And then poor Fortuna Sittard, relegated in last place on 13 points. I'd just like to point out that we played Zwolle, who got relegated on the last day, and we beat them 9-1 in that final game of the season. The game that they had to win to stay up. We ruined that party. They got a man sent off in the 30th minute. Gakpo scored the first. They had an own goal from a free kick, which was bizarre. I mean, it was mad. Doan, Mwene, Proper, Zavari, Proper, Barto, and Cantwell all getting on the score sheet. And you might ask, who's S. Barto? Let me introduce you to Sander Barto, the academy player who came through near the end of the season. He is 16 years old. He's a striker. He's got 2.5-star current ability. He's got a finishing of 12, a first touch of 17, a free kick of 15, a heading of 15, a strength of 15, a jumping reach of 15. He's only 6'1", but this guy is going to be world class. He's already first team ready, and honestly fills in a hole that's going to be left by Carlos Vinícius. So I'm actually not too worried about the striking options that we'll have next season, as long as Zafari doesn't, deplete too much. I mean, I think he's 36 now, but then again, Premier League clubs were in for him, and if that happens, I'm also not too worried. But this guy is going to be around all of next season, and I'm in love. I love him. Absolutely love him. He's played 6 games for us, scored 2 goals, 1 assist, 1 player of the match. Yeah, big fan. Big fan already. 16 years old. Yeah, great. He's only on £85 a week. Probably need to offer him a proper contract soon to stop anybody trying to come in for him, but he's going to be in there and about there for the rest of the season. I mean, personally, we only lost twice as well, same as Ajax, which was against Ajax and then against Ajax again. So the only team we lost to all season was Ajax. Right? And then the difference between us was the draws. We managed to get 4 draws compared to their 1. The goal difference of 73 versus our 71. I think goalkeeping and centre-back, if we can sort out that situation, we can get a better goal difference and stop these leakages happening at the back. So that's that. We hope to qualify for the Champions League. We've done that, finished second. Average home attendance was 97% on 34,000 people. And then competition top scorer was Eran Zafari with 21 goals. C+, The board are pleased that the team have qualified for the European Champions League. Yeah, we did what was expected. I would have liked to have been closer to Ajax in the end, but losing to them twice over the course of the season is going to make that gap. I mean, if you give us 6 points from Ajax, we win the league. So, if we win those 2 games, that's the way it is. So these games against Ajax next season are clearly the ones that we really need to win, because that's the difference maker there. Champions League, we got knocked out in the first round by Real Madrid. We got a B- somehow. I mean, I'd have given myself an A++ for getting out of that group and then beating Real Madrid at home. Yeah, we got really done away, but I mean, that's crazy stuff. A team like PSV should not be doing that. We don't need to talk about the Dutch Cup at all, and we lost the other cup. So, yep, that's that. Let's gloss over that. Biggest win was our last game of the season, 9-1. A match to remember was our 2-1 victory in the European Champions League group stage against Shakhtar Donetsk. Goals from Gakpo and Goetze. Man, I've completely forgot Goetze's plays for us still. He's been injured that long. And then goal of the season goes to Proper. I mean, I know we've actually watched this one, but I've got to see it again because it was such a sweet, sweet goal. We dominated the game. We needed to just break them down and get past their defense to, secure a Champions League knockout, tie. And that's what we did there. And that was it was lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. That'll stay fond in the memory for some time, that will. The finances, so everything's green, which I'm not often seeing. I was slightly hoping we'd manage to increase our club reputation. That would have helped with some transfers. However, that is not the case. We stay on national at 3.5 stars. No new sponsorship deals. And, well, I just realised there's no information about previous sponsorships. So, yeah, I guess they're all up from nothing. Domestic shirt sales, Goetze, Doan, Zafari, Maduke, and Proper are the main shirts sold. Yeah. How we lined up for most of the season apparently was Drommel in net, a back four of Mwene, GMHD, Ronaldo, and Max. Midfield 3 of Ginkel, Proper, and Torres. And the front 3 of Gakpo, Maduke, and Zafari. Yeah, I'd say that's fair. Don't know why these average ratings aren't all showing up here. And only Mwene's, and Ryan Ginkel's. Okay. But yeah, everyone played really well apart from Ronaldo in the back. Van Ginkel was okay in midfield, and then apparently Facundo Torres wasn't great. So, looking for improvement for Facundo Torres next season. We're going to look at showing up the centre-back situation, and let's be fair, Drommel only got away with a 7.01. So, yeah, that's where we're looking for next season. Accolades-wise, we won absolutely nothing. No accolades, no manager of the month, absolutely diddly squat. Finance player of the season was Philip Max, he's our best player. Young player of the season is obviously Maduke. Signing of the season, GMHG. Goal of the season, Proper. Top goal scorer of Zafari. Assists goes to Maduke with 15. Most player of the matches goes to Maduke with 9. Highest average rating on a 7.5 was Max. Most passes completed was from Halho at centre back. And then we broke some records. Most assists by a player in a season, 15 for Maduke. Nice stuff. Same with the Man of the Match awards. Max had the worst discipline ever, apparently, with 15 yellow cards and 2 reds. And then Sander Barto makes his debut for the youngest player at 15 years, 346 days, and then becomes the youngest goal scorer at 16 years and 20 days. So nice to see that. And yeah, that's the season. I mean, I think we already know what our finances is going to be for next season. Apparently going to be £7.05 million. So here's hoping that we can spend some of that money. But yeah, I didn't see the point in showing you any of those final games because we knew we were never going to win the league. So that's kind of what it was. It's a shame, but we go again for next season, and I hope we can be at least a bit more competitive than that. I guess I'm going to do the whole post-season, pre-season stuff and come back when I've got something interesting to talk about, probably when our new free transfers come in. So it's been about 3 weeks, I think, since I last recorded. December is a really busy time in the industry I work in, and it's a busy time for me personally. It's my birthday's in December, Christmas, all that good stuff. But this year has just been unreal. crazy in every sense of the word. As you might notice, I'm wearing my new United shirt with Ronaldo on the back, and you can't stop me for this section. I'm going to wear it. I'd love to get back into the swing of things and hopefully start recording regularly again. It's something that keeps me grounded, and I really enjoy. Like, even though I know not many people watch this, it kind of doesn't matter. So, it's the 1st of July. We have new signings coming in on freeze. And I'm going to remind you of all of that because we haven't paid much for any of these players, apart from one. So, we're going to start things off with a 27-year-old midfielder, Luca Sangali, comes in on a free from Real Sociedad. Just a very good option in midfield. He comes in as our 4th best midfielder, but kind of on par with Goetze and Proper. As good as Van Ginkel. He's going to fit in well there. So very happy to have him, and only on 20 grand a week. Not paying him much in the way of wages. One signing that we made that cost a bit of money, but we needed to do. Ondrej Kolar, and I'm going to learn how to properly say that. But £5.5 million for this Czech keeper who's an international, has 2 caps, paying him 17 grand a week. But yeah, we did pay £5.5 million to get him away from Slavia Prague, where he managed a 7.81 last season. I mean, I know it's not the best league in the world, but he barely conceded a goal a game. Mad form that from Ondrej there, but he's definitely going to be our number 1 goalkeeper, 6'4". I mean, he's just got impressive stats all over the course. So very, very happy to have a competent goalkeeper in this side. And that might just be the difference this season. Maybe. We bring in Sean Longstaff from Newcastle on a free as well. Didn't have much luck in the Premier League, but he's a competent midfielder. You know, he's an option, and it's nice to have options. Going down, we have Bandigo Fedega, a midfielder as well. He's got potential signing for the future, not necessarily for now, but yet again comes in on a free. Dennis Franacci, yet again, young goalkeeper, got plenty of potential ability, but not one for now. 25-year-old Jeremy Boga, like I said at some point in this series, are going to be a very popular option for most Football Manager players this season, as he is in the last year of his contract. 25 years old, 7 caps for the Ivory Coast and a goal. 3.5-star current ability, inverted winger on the left, but can play anywhere along this front three, which is always handy to have. I love players that can do this. Just makes him so versatile. Comes in as our 2nd best left winger. Well, I'm not going to count Philip Max because we're never going to play him that far forward. But, you know, Madueke would start in front of him. So, but yeah, he's definitely going to be featuring a lot this season. And just quickly looking at his stats, he's got pace in abundance. He's got great dribbling stats and first touch. His passing's pretty decent as well. Probably going to work on his crossing, as an 11 isn't the best, but that's something we can work on. Other than that, very happy with Jeremy Boga there. And last but not least, Jean-Claude Ntenda, yet again 19-year-old French with plenty of potential ability, but not necessarily one for now. I mean, some great players in there. Sangali, Kolar, and Boga are all going to basically go into the first team, play pretty much every game, which is nice to see. I'm super excited about Kolar. I feel like the goalkeeping position was a massive weak spot for us. So hopefully this is exactly what we needed. We're going to send them all on their Dutch language courses. We can assign some squad numbers as well. I might do this later though, when all of the others are freed up. And we will welcome the new signings. Yeah, okay, right. I might do this off camera because there's a lot of them. But as it is the first, we have offers in for some of our players. And most annoyingly of all is this one. So Feyenoord have offered us a total of £3.2 million for Cantwell. And Cantwell may become unsettled if he's not allowed to speak to them. Todd, we brought you in for the same amount of money last season. You did well for us. You played plenty of games. Where did they finish last season? Below us by 5 points. Why would you want to leave to go to a lesser club? Todd, come on, man. So, I mean, it's a straight offer. They're not going to let me suggest terms, so I'm just going to openly reject it and hope that Todd can be happy about it, to be honest, because, I mean, why? There's no need to sell him for that. There's offers in for Romero as well. Bleifeld and Hamburger are both in for him. That's a loan offer, actually, with a £1.2 million loan fee. Interesting. All right. Romero, I do think I want to keep around. You know, we have got our new wonder kid in, but I don't think we necessarily want to reduce our striking options that much. I mean, so where's sorry, I just need to check something here. Oh, right, yeah. I guess we've done some transfer business. Oh, I don't remember this. You can you tell it's been a few weeks since we played? Okay. So I don't know what I've gone over here. We've definitely gone over Obispo and Bascaglia because they went mid-season. Doan's gone to Norwich for £15 million. I think that's a great sell, to be honest. I mean, Doan was good. I liked having him around, but 15 million quid's 15 million quid. I'm not going to say no to that. So, yeah. And then Safari has gone to Leicester for 1.5, raising to 2. So now we definitely don't want to get rid of Romero because our striking options are actually quite thin. Thinking about it, because I mean the actual players that I'm going to play up front, I'm not going to play Goetzer up there. I could play Goetzer up there. Vinicius is leaving. Facundo Torres, in a pinch, but ideally Romero and Barto are our two strikers. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, well, I guess we're going to be looking at a striker this year. We have got a nice little transfer budget though. I don't know where this committed spending is coming from. That's a lot of money, but the yeah, we've only had a 55% transfer revenue, you know, pushback from the sale. So can we get rid of that? I hate having those restrictions on. It means less money to play with for me. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. But you know, we've got a bit of money in the kitty here to go out and buy a striker. Because by the looks of it, we're going to need one. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna reject these offers because Romero was good for us last season, and we need our strikers right now. We are in for Coruscant Tolisso. So are a few other clubs, mainly Brentford and Zenit. I would like to think we could get him. I don't think we will, but we have got a lot of options in midfield. Although he would be one of the best ones, I'm not too sure it's the worst thing in the world if we don't end up getting him. And then we have an offer for Junior, and I'm thinking about accepting this, to be honest. He didn't play that much for us last season, if I remember correctly. 18 starts, or 18 games, 8 starts, and then 6 goals and 2 assists, averaging a 7. It's not terrible, but if we go to our squad depth again, we've now got Madueke on the right, Bogo on the left, and then Junior's our next, and Cantwell, and Gakpo. We have got Gakpo still, so maybe we do let Junior go, get in some funds. Let's see. Oh, they're not going to let me suggest terms. Okay, right. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to accept this, and then we're going to transfer list him and try and offer up something a bit better for us. So if we go for, say, 3 million and transfer list him, offer to clubs, and hopefully we'll get in some better offers. But yeah, I think that's the end for Mario Junior. Much like last season, we've come to our first game, and it's in the Champions League qualifying groups again. We've got to get through 2 rounds of qualification knockouts to get to the Champions League group stages. Don't know what happens if we get knocked out at any stage. So let's hope that doesn't happen. But first of all, we've got Triol in a doubleheader, home and then away. And then after that, we're probably going to end up, I think it's Sporting Lisbon that will end up playing, because they look like the ones to progress from their knockout round. Where are we? The 3rd of August. And a lot has happened. I honestly thought this would be actually quite a quiet transfer window. Obviously, I had expectations and plans and things I wanted to do, but I just didn't think we'd have the finances to get any of it done, especially with the fact that I've had like 55% to 70% retained revenue from sales. So yeah, I'm quite surprised with the amount we've done as well. Let's just go straight into the transfers. So because it's going to be seen here and I can't skip past it, I am in for Sebastian Esposito. We put in an offer of £5.5 million. He's just a great player, a great attacking option to have, a wonder kid. The reason I'm showing you this is we're probably not going to get him because Lazio are now in for him as well. So I'm not too sure we'll end up getting Esposito. I'd love to have him. Not too sure it's going to come off. But let's look at the players that we have got. So we've brought in Tolisso on a free. He did choose us in the end, 28 years old. French international with nearly 30 caps for his country. Box-to-box midfielder, plenty of good stats. And current value between 26 and 29 million pounds. Already an influential player, in his peak. Played for Bayern for a long time before that, Lyon. He's been at the top echelons of football for a good 10 years at this point. So he's ready to come in and definitely make a difference in our midfield. After that, we brought in an old fan favourite. And this isn't a normal signing for me. I don't enjoy signing old players. But I couldn't say no to Luuk de Jong. I just couldn't. I know he's 31 years old, but he's got nearly 40 caps for his country. He's big, he's strong, he's a great finisher. And he gives us a different kind of option going forward, And I thought he'd be an excellent mentor for Barto. But this is a man that's played for Newcastle. He played for PSV for 5 years. He was come back home. He went to Sevilla, went to Spain, played for Barcelona for a season. He's no mug. And if he could hit some serious form, Luuk de Jong could be one of the real difference makers this season. So for not a lot of money, £5.75 million from Sevilla, I think I'm not going to say it's a punt, because I don't think Luuk de Jong deserves that kind of terminology, but I think it's a very weighted gamble. I'm pretty confident that Luuk de Jong back at PSV could only be a good thing for us. So that's happened. And we've brought in Yannick Vestergaard, another surprise addition. And I know he's 30 years old, but he's 6'6". Come on, he's monstrous. Somehow he's only showing as a 2.5-star player. And a player with 18 strength, 19 jumping reach, 17 heading, 15 marking, 15 tackling, and 16 positioning. Along with some decent other stats. I know he's slow. I know he's basically like a tugboat. I know he's not quick. I get that. But he's 6'6". He's so big. He's so big. So yeah, for for £2 million, I think that's a bargain. Maybe this is more of a punt than Luuk de Jong, but definitely bolsters our defence. And Leicester paid £14 million for him last season. He only played 5 times and got absolutely rinsed, but I'm not too surprised in the Premier League where everyone's quick as hell. So I think he'll do better in a league like ours. So nice to see Yannick Vestergaard. And some players have made their way for some of these additions. Mario Junior ended up going to Stuttgart for £3 million. He was an option, but for £3 million, I'd take it. He was never that good. He averaged just about 7, which is fine, but he did only really play in the worst games against worst opposition. We saw Derek Lucassen, who was out on loan the previous season, £2 million. He goes to Almere. He's not a 3-star player, believe me. But 27 years old. He's just dead weight. He was never going to get a game now that I brought Vestergaard in. One I was sad to see leave, Eric Gutierrez, £5 million for Torino. He's a really good deal for us. But he is a really good player, and I actually really enjoyed having Gutierrez. But with the strength we've got in midfield now, I just didn't see how he was getting in the side at all. Good to see he's got an assist and a 7.3 in his first league game of the season. Who did they play? Please tell me it was somebody ridiculous. Atalanta, did he play in? Yeah, he did. It must have been. Where is he? It must have been the Atalanta game. He come off the bench? He came off the bench. No, he didn't. Didn't play. Okay. So he played the game before that, which was there. Or did he play against Inter? It's so hard to tell. Maybe he didn't play in the league. Well, it doesn't matter. Either way, Torino are a good side, and Gutierrez is a good player. I'm sad to see him leave, but like I said, he was just never going to get game time. So what's the point of having him around? Michael Sadiq, who was another one who was on loan last season. He's got 11 caps for the Czech Republic. A decent midfielder, but yet again, we're just so packed in midfield now that these middling midfielders just don't belong. One that is quite controversial for many, many, many reasons is Todd Cantwell. Now, Feyenoord came in and offered 3.6 million, which was exactly what we paid for him from Norwich. And I was like, that's a good offer. We got our money back. He's played for us for a season. Then I looked again and I was like, you know what? 25 appearances, 8 goals, 3 assists, player of the match, average of 7. You know what? He was good. And I like having Todd Cantwell. He's English, it's good for Madueke to have somebody, to hang around with. I don't know. I liked having Todd Cantwell around. And then he came to me after I refused the bid and was going on and on and on and on with himself about going to a better team, and he had higher goals and bigger ambitions. And I was like, you know what, Todd? You know what, Mr. Cantwell? Go on then. Go to Feyenoord. See how you get on there, mate. Because believe me, that grass ain't so green. So, you know what? We have to top Feyenoord this season. I don't care if we ultimately fail against Ajax, but as long as we don't miss out to Feyenoord, whether that's be beat by them in the league or finish lower than them in the league in the end, that cannot happen now. We have to ruin Todd Cantwell's career. So yeah, in the end, £5.5 million we agreed, and they paid it. So we made a profit, which is nice. But now I have an unending desire to ruin Todd Cantwell's career for life. So good job, Todd. Nice one, mate. So off he goes. And then Maximiliano Romero, the guy's name who I could always never, ever pronounce. Honestly, really liked having him around. He scored some pretty fun goals. He just didn't get in the team that much. And to be honest, £5.5 million is a pretty good deal for us for a middling player. I mean, he was pretty much at his peak now. And with the striking options I've brought in, not really going to play much, So, yeah, he was out the door as well. We've also loaned out Shouldery Sambo and got £1 million for it. So, great. Yeah, sure, that helps. He's gone to Alaves for the season. I don't think there was anybody else at the end here, no. So, everybody else you've seen come in. Was there anybody else that's left? No, Junior thrown on both. Oh, yeah, we sold Joel Drommel for £2.8 million. I don't know if that came up, but, we got a much better goalkeeper in, so why not sell him? Why not sell him? So, yeah, that's all the players we brought in. So, the squad, if we look at the depth, looks something like this. We'll start at the goalkeeping position because it's quite simple. We've got Kolar as our main, and then we'll, if Kolar gets injured, God forbid, please don't let that happen. He's such a good goalkeeper. Please, please, please. Right back. So, right back's an interesting one now. So, we've got Mwene and Agu. They're going to be my go-to right backs. We have got Teze, but I'm looking at him and comparing him. He's actually not a great right back compared to the other two. I don't know. Their crossing ability is much better. They've got better physical stats. So Teze is definitely more of a defensive fullback. So bear that in mind. So the three of them are going to be playing there. At centre-back, we've obviously got Giamicdi from last season, who was excellent. We've still got Ronaldo, even though he was terrible last season. We've got Teze, who can play there. We've also got Timo Baumgartel, who was actually on loan last season. We already had him. He was just on loan. So he's come back in and can provide some cover at centre-back, which is nice. And then we've got our brand new shiny signing with Yannick Vestergaard as well. So quite an aged defence, but I'm going to go with wizened and wise defence. Left back, obviously Philip Max is our main dude there. And then Agu and Wene can fill in there as and when needed. Midfield, we're looking at Tolisso to really pump up the midfield this season. Gertz is now finally back from his long injury. Proper, Van Ginkel, Sangali, and I'm looking at loaning out Longstaff because I just don't have the space for him, and he is definitely the worst player. But you know what? He's going to be a good investment. He'll be worth some money. He's English, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, anyway, plenty of midfield options. On the right, we're going to have Madueke as our main guy, but Boga can play there as well. So can Gertzer. Gakpo is probably going to be the second in line if Madueke gets injured. And Sangali can play there as well, which is always a nice thing. Tolisso as well. So a lot of the players that we have are really versatile, which makes this a lot easier. Obviously on the left, Jeremy Boga is going to be our main man. Max can play there. Maybe we'll try it at some point. I don't know. Maybe it'll be amazing. Gakpo can obviously play there. Facundo Torres can play there, which is excellent for him. And then through the middle, which is probably where we're going to play Gertzer again. But, you know, we have got so many options. Proper, Van Ginkel, Torres. You know, that's where we'll be looking for these players. Even Luke de Jong can play there as a shadow striker. That would be interesting. And then up front, we're going to start with Luke de Jong as our main man. Have Barto and Vinicius as the proteges. Now, Carlos Vinicius, I completely forgot. We've actually got him to the end of this season. So it was a 2-year loan contract. And we're only paying him £6,750 a week. Oh, that's actually quite a lot, isn't it? I mean, even still, right? That's all we're paying him. So we're definitely going to keep him around. Why not? And he actually fits in with the strikers that we've got now. All of our strikers, including Barto, are very physical. You know, his heading sucks, so we're getting to work on that. But other than that, he's a big, tall striker. So I guess that's the way we're playing now. So I've changed the tactics to reflect that. And I think I've covered the whole team. I'm also very aware that this video has gone on for an age. So I'm going to call it here. And then we can start with the next video with our double header against Triol. But, well, okay. Maybe I'll play one game against Triol. If we really romp it, then we'll come back for the second leg, and which I'm sure will be much more interesting. But I've been MVP. Thanks for watching. Like I said before, I'm going to try and get back on this because it's something I enjoy doing. And, you know, I'd appreciate any sort of feedback, praise, you know, anything, please. Just some form of communication. So that'd be great. Like I said, I've been MVPete. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.